There are moments in life when you feel as if abundance is far from you, as if money avoids your path, as if opportunities are hiding where your eyes cannot see. But hear this today: what is hidden is not lost, what is delayed is not denied, and what is unseen is often being prepared by the hand of God for the moment you are ready to receive it. There is hidden money, hidden provision, hidden connections, hidden access, and hidden increase already assigned to your life. And today, through revelation, faith, and alignment, you will learn how to summon it, call it forth, and walk directly into what has been waiting for you. When I say summon hidden money, I'm not talking about magic or superstition. I'm talking about unlocking what God has already placed in your destiny, but what has been concealed by fear, distraction, self-doubt, past pain, or spiritual blindness. Hidden money is the money you were meant to earn, but never accessed. It is the opportunity you were built for, but never saw. It is the door that exists, but remained closed because you didn't approach it. It is the abundance God stored up for you, but you never reached because you didn't know it was there. Today, we break that pattern. Today, your eyes open. Today, the veil is removed. Today, what is hidden becomes visible, reachable, and obtainable, not because of force, but because of alignment, alignment with wisdom, alignment with divine prompting, alignment with the voice that guides you into overflow. God never intended you to live in lack. He never intended you to struggle for survival. His intention has always been that you prosper, that you live in the fullness of the gifts He placed inside you. But sometimes prosperity is tucked behind decisions you haven't made yet, disciplines you haven't formed yet, conversations you haven't had yet, and sacrifices you've been afraid to embrace. When you shift those things, what is hidden rushes toward you. Money hides in ideas. Money hides in people you haven't met. Money hides in strategies you have not yet implemented. Money hides in the things that frustrate you, the problems you can solve, the skills you developed without realizing their value. Hidden money is often tied to assignments you've ignored, instructions you delayed, or talents you underestimated. To summon hidden money, you don't chase cash, you activate clarity. When you step into clarity, you become magnetic. Opportunities recognize you. Resources locate you. People who carry the solutions you need are drawn to you. This is why spiritual fog is dangerous. It keeps you blind to your own breakthroughs. But once your spirit becomes sharp, your mind becomes focused, and your heart becomes aligned, you begin to notice what was always around you. There are three forces that summon hidden money: faith, action, and expectation. Faith opens the unseen realm. Action gives the unseen realm permission to manifest. Expectation keeps your spirit open long enough for the manifestation to arrive. When you combine these three, your life becomes a fertile field, and hidden opportunities rise to the surface as though they were waiting for your command. Faith says, "There is money assigned to me." Action says, "I am moving toward it." Expectation says, "I am ready when it arrives." Hidden money shows up when you stop living by chance and start living by intention. When you wake up each morning saying, "Today I align with divine opportunities," your mind shifts. You stop scrolling and start building. You stop doubting and start deciding. You stop fearing and start declaring, "I am meant for abundance." Sometimes God hides money not to punish you but to prepare you, because what comes easily is often wasted. What comes through growth is multiplied. That is why He trains your mindset, strengthens your discipline, and deepens your faith before the release. You're not waiting for the money. The money is waiting for you to mature into the person who can handle the blessing. You summon hidden money when you stop speaking lack. Words are powerful containers. They either open doors or lock them. Every time you say, "I can't," I'm stuck, I'm broke, you push your breakthroughs further away. But when you declare, there is abundance assigned to me, my life attracts resources, doors are opening for me, you summon what heaven already approved. Hidden money responds to focus, it responds to movement, it responds to belief, it responds to honor. Yes, honor, because honor creates access. When you honor your gifts, you activate your value. When you honor your time, you unlock productivity. When you honor your assignment, you find provision wrapped inside purpose. Your provision is not separate from your identity, it flows from it. There is hidden money in your obedience. That small step you've been avoiding is the very key to unlock resources beyond what you imagined. Many people pray for financial breakthrough but ignore the instructions that produce it. God does not send breakthroughs without requiring growth. He elevates your capacity before elevating your income. And once you rise internally, the external blessings begin to chase you. Yes, hidden money can come suddenly. Yes, it can come unexpectedly. Yes, it can show up through miracles, promotions, ideas, unexpected favor, connections you didn't see coming. But it doesn't appear because you wished. It appears because you aligned. Abundance is attracted to those who prepare for it. So prepare, get ready, make space. Because when you summon hidden money through faith, mindset, diligence, and obedience, the universe responds. Heaven responds. Provision responds, people respond, your own gifts respond. And suddenly you see what you didn't see before. You recognize what you once ignored. You attract what you once chased. And what was hidden becomes your new reality. Today declare this: hidden money assigned to me, appear. Hidden opportunities, come forth. Hidden favor, locate me. I am aligned, ready, and positioned for supernatural increase. And so it begins. There are moments in your life when you feel as if everything around you is tightening, every door is resisting you, and every attempt to rise seems blocked. But what you must understand is that God never allows pressure without purpose, and He never allows lack without preparing a hidden supply to sustain you. What looks like emptiness in your life right now is not a sign that God has abandoned you. It is a sign that something reserved, something unseen, something supernatural is about to be revealed at the exact moment you need it. Divine provision is never late, and it never arrives in a natural way. It shows up from unexpected directions, through unexpected people, and in unexpected timing. There is money assigned to your name that you have never touched. There are resources, opportunities, and financial pathways that have been prepared for you long before you were born. Heaven is not trying to manufacture your blessing. Heaven is simply waiting for the exact moment when your faith, your obedience, and your spiritual awareness align with what has already been decided. God does not respond to panic. He responds to trust. And the moment you shift from fear to faith, from worry to expectation, the hidden supply begins to reveal itself little by little, step by step, moment by moment. When you walk with God, you must understand that His provision is often concealed until the moment it is needed. The reason you cannot see it now is because God intends for your dependency to be on Him, not on your calculations, your connections, or your own ability. Hidden money is not mystical magic. It is divine orchestration. It is God placing the right opportunity in the right season. It is God moving someone's heart to remember you, recommend you, bless you, or open a door for you. It is God aligning circumstances so that what was out of reach becomes reachable, and what was impossible becomes inevitable. You are not waiting for resources. Resources are waiting for you to step into a specific posture of faith. Sometimes God hides your provision to protect you from people who would misuse it, drain it, or manipulate you because of it. Sometimes he hides it because your character is still being shaped for the weight of the blessing. Sometimes he hides it because you are not meant to access it until a certain level of maturity, obedience, or spiritual clarity has formed within you. Hidden money is not withheld money. It is preserved money. It is money kept in a place where thieves cannot touch it, detractors cannot block it, and the enemy cannot sabotage it. And this is why spiritual sensitivity is crucial. Hidden money often appears disguised. It may look like an inconvenient assignment, a small opportunity, a chance encounter, or a simple act of obedience. You must train your spirit to recognize that God rarely wraps his financial breakthroughs in glamour or fanfare. He wraps them in instruction. He wraps them in steps. He wraps them in doors that look small on the outside but lead to large rooms of abundance. When you pray for provision, God does not always send cash. He sends direction. He does not always send deposits. He sends ideas. He sends strategies, inspiration, and divine nudges that lead you toward the place where your hidden supply is waiting. This is why you must silence the voice of anxiety, because anxiety will blind you to divine clues. This is why you must resist complaining, because complaining makes you overlook divine pathways. This is why you must stay spiritually awake, because hidden provision requires a listening ear and an obedient heart. God can drop the blueprint for wealth into your spirit at any moment. A single idea from heaven can shift your income for the next 20 years. A single instruction can unlock a chain of financial miracles. A single step of obedience can open a financial flow that never existed before. There are people right now discussing your name in rooms you've never walked into. There are contracts with your future signature on them. There are opportunities being shaped around the talents you carry. There are deposits, refunds, increases, promotions, settlements, partnerships, and open doors that are already being aligned with your destiny. You are not stepping into luck. You are stepping into prophecy. You are not stumbling into opportunity. You are walking into what has been waiting for you. Hidden money is not a fantasy. It is the fulfillment of God's pattern throughout Scripture, multiplying the widow's oil, sending manna from heaven, directing Peter to the coin in the fish's mouth, feeding multitudes with a few loaves and fish. God does not create supply. He reveals it. It was always there. So lift your head, straighten your faith, refuse to speak lack over your future. You are not rising because of human help. You are rising because divine supply has already been spoken over your life. Your provision exists. Your finances have a destiny. And everything God has hidden for you will show up at the precise moment you are ready to receive it. When God desires to release hidden money into your life, He rarely does it through random chance or sudden accidents. Instead, He releases wealth through divine instructions, quiet whispers in your spirit, inner nudges, opportunities that look small at first, or steps that seem too simple to matter. Many people pray for financial increase, but they do not realize that increase often arrives dressed as instruction. It doesn't come as cash falling from the sky. It comes as a direction nudging you toward a place, a person, or a decision that leads to abundance. And until you align your actions with those instructions, what is meant for you may remain hidden, untouched, and dormant. God does not hide money from you. He hides it for you inside the doors that open only when you move in obedience. There are moments when God speaks to your heart and tells you to do something that seems insignificant. Maybe He tells you to call a certain person, start a task you have delayed, pursue a small opportunity, develop a skill, or even clean your environment. You may not know that the instruction is connected to the money you have been praying for. Many breakthrough moments disguise themselves as something ordinary. The question is not whether God has prepared financial increase for you. The question is whether you will follow the path He lays before you. Money does not appear from nowhere. It appears from obedience, direction, preparation, and alignment. When your steps align with God's plan, hidden money begins to reveal itself. Sometimes God will instruct you to step into uncomfortable places because your abundance is located outside your comfort zone. Comfort is often the enemy of increase. Hidden money lives on the other side of action, boldness, and obedience. There are decisions you have postponed that God has been urging you to complete. There are plans inside you that you have kept on the shelf. There are dreams you silenced because fear told you they were too big. But the moment you realign your actions with God's inner prompting, doors that seemed locked begin to open, and what was hidden begins to manifest. God cannot bless steps you never take. He blesses motion. He blesses obedience. He blesses the courage to act, even when you do not yet see the full picture. Think about how many times people say, "I'm waiting on God," not knowing that heaven is actually waiting on them. God may have already placed the answer in your surroundings, your abilities, your opportunities, and your relationships. Hidden money often comes through the talents you already have but have not used fully. It may come through the idea you dismissed. It may come through something small that grows only after you act on it. Just as the widow's miracle began when she poured the little oil she had, so your hidden wealth begins when you act on what God already placed in your hands. You often hold the starting piece while God holds the increase, but God will not multiply what you refuse to move. Another way hidden money reveals itself is through inspired discipline. There are some areas God will instruct you to correct: how you manage your time, how you handle your resources, how you organize your responsibilities, or how you prioritize your day. Money flows toward order. God does not release abundance into chaos. That is why sometimes the first instruction He gives is not go, but fix. Fix your mindset, fix your habits, fix your discipline, fix your environment. When you follow those instructions, things begin to align, and hidden money finds you because you have become the right kind of vessel to carry it. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is preparation for elevation. Often, God will also send opportunities disguised as challenges. What looks like a problem may actually be a signal that money is nearby. For example, a need someone presents to you may be connected to the future reward God intends to give you. A difficulty you face may position you for a financial upgrade. You may lose something only for God to redirect you to something better. You may experience rejection that pushes you toward the opportunity meant for you. When God closes one direction, it is because the provision is not located there. When He stirs your spirit, it is because increase is in motion. Hidden money is uncovered by those who do not panic at challenges, but instead listen for God's voice within them. God also connects hidden money to relationships. Many people ignore the divine instructions pointing them toward the right people. Sometimes the person you are meant to help is the same one who will later open a door for you. Sometimes the person you honor becomes the one who recommends you. Sometimes God sends a mentor, a partner, a customer, a helper, or a divine appointment that carries the key to your increase. But if fear keeps you silent, pride keeps you distant, or insecurity keeps you isolated, you may miss what God placed in someone else to unlock wealth for you. That is why alignment is essential. Alignment positions you at the right place, at the right time, with the right people, doing the right thing, just as God instructed. When you align your actions with God's instructions, heaven's resources begin to move. Opportunities come, ideas flow, strength rises, paths open, favor increases. What was stuck begins to shift. What was hidden begins to appear. and the wealth that seemed impossible suddenly becomes reachable because you are finally walking where God has been calling you all along. There comes a moment in every person's journey where the money they need, the resources they long for, and the opportunities they dream about are not actually far away. They are simply hidden. They are not gone, not denied, not unreachable. They are just concealed, waiting for the person who has the courage to step into bold faith and unlock what has been reserved for them. Many people look around and believe they lack money, but the real truth is that money often hides behind fear, behind hesitation, behind old patterns, behind limiting beliefs, and behind environments that keep the mind small. When a person learns to summon hidden money, they are not pulling something out of thin air. They are activating what has already been assigned to them by divine strategy. Money is attracted to motion, to courage, to obedience, to clarity, and to expectation. When expectation rises, hidden things begin to surface. There are doors that will not open for a passive heart, but they respond to a person whose spirit is awake. You, my friend, everything you have heard today is not just motivation. It is a divine reminder that heaven has resources you have not yet tapped into. There is provision assigned to your name, but it responds to spiritual alignment, awakened awareness, and bold action. Hidden money does not appear to those who sit in silence, fear, or doubt. It reveals itself to those who rise in faith and move with spiritual clarity. You are not waiting on luck, chance, or the world system. You are waiting on the moment you fully agree with what God has already prepared for you. Remember this: lack is not your identity, and scarcity is not your destiny. You came into this world with a purpose stamped on your soul, and with that purpose comes supernatural backing. When